What we can do is show you exactly which streets, which neighborhoods are being invested in for projects like renovation, new construction, and actually see what type of development's happening where in the city.
Welcome everybody. Another wonderful Friday sleep. I hope you guys are keeping cool, depending on where you're down in from. I keep on hearing about this heat wave around here. Hervé Francois, acquisition manager at DeRosa Group. So excited to be with you guys today. Matt is out today, well-deserved family vacation. I would step in, fill in for him, as I always love to do. Matt kind of agreed he's going to try to have me on a few more times. The guest that we have on our show, a gentleman by the name of Donato Callahan, one of the co-founders of Bright Investor. If you guys have not been to their website, I strongly recommend that you do. It's a website that is just absolutely full of service, full of information, especially when you need assistance in what kind of markets you would like to go ahead and invest in for your real estate portfolio. They've combined a lot of information, consolidated. Typically, you had to go to different websites. They've kind of consolidated it to find information that you need to identify an attractive real estate market, things such as population growth, job growth, diversity. They got building permits and so on and so forth. I'm not going to steal all of Donato's thunder. He'll be able to go ahead and share with you some of the neat features that they have, as well as some of the newer features that they also have. I'm going to bring in my guest, Donato Callahan of Bright Investor, one of the co-founders. There we go. I know you all are thinking, what the heck with these backgrounds here? Because it's Hervé and Donato in the same, and we are. We all know that's that StreamYard background, but this is a nice little design set up for, family room, living room. If I have one, I wouldn't mind having this kind of design. This nice little background here. So,
absolutely. I wouldn't mind a grand piano in the back, nice, stone fireplace all the way up.
Oh, we're missing some food and drinks over there on that coffee table. We'll be straight.
Boom.
So, Donato, listen, man, thanks so much. It's always a pleasure having you on. Thanks so much. You guys have made a lot of progress over the past few months from the last time we spoke. I have to imagine not only by number of subscribers, I don't keep track, obviously you guys do. Tell us what's going on with Bright Investors. Y'all got some new features, you got some new services. Tell us what's going on.
Absolutely. So since we first launched the platform, we've been getting so much feedback on what people really love about it and what they can't wait to see us add. And so very recently, we've just added a bunch of new information. Things like median income, median age for areas, as well as things like asset tracking and property age tracking to see what properties are, what age and how they're trending in a certain market, as well as one of our most highly requested features, path of progress tracking using build permits. Really excited about that one. What we can do is show you exactly which streets, which neighborhoods are being invested in for projects like renovation, new construction, and actually see what type of development's happening where in the city. From like a high level view, I can see where a new subdivision's going in. I can see which downtown areas are going in. I can see where people are spending dollars on things like kitchens or baths. I can see if it's a water project, a demolition project, and I can see how that's moving over time. So I'm always buying in areas that are getting capitalized by all these other different investing projects. I'm always riding the wave and can predict exactly where the highest demand is going to be because I know what's happening in that market before anybody else does when it comes to what's being built.
Is there a way to pair up, I'm sure there is, in those same areas where you've been seeing an increase in building permits, seeing what's going on with rents?
Absolutely. So with Bright Investor, you can still pull your local rents, see based off, bedroom size and see how things are performing. You can pull rents directly out of Bright Investor and you get your full report. And you can stack those areas up as well as with the other metrics you're looking into, like crime tracking, and see the crime statistics around that area. See if that's, is it a lot of construction, a lot of development in a high crime area? Okay, maybe you have the city coming in doing a revitalization project in an opportunity zone, and the city's pouring some money behind it. Or if I have a lot of development in a downtown metro area with, very little crime, could be some awesome A-class properties that are going up or being renovated. And now I know, because we talked about earlier, if there's a lot of A-class going in right around there, I might want to step away from that area. I might want to be looking at a specific different asset type. So we have some amazing different data types we've added in now, and all that helps apply to investors. Where are you buying? Why is that property specifically going to work out when it comes to the location that you're investing in? So if you have an epicenter of people who are saying, we're going to put A-class here, there's always going to be someone who has the attraction to that area that might not have the desire or the capacity to afford that level of rent to get into that market. I'm looking at that and saying, well, if I can buy 2 to 5 miles away from here, B or C class property with rents that are going to be significantly lower than what everybody else is putting in, I'm going to capture every single person that is okay with a 10 to 15-minute drive to get into the city, that wants a little bit quieter area, that wants to be able to afford other things besides having 60% of their income go to this A-class apartment.
We have been talking a lot about Bright Investor and its features in our market analysis tool that you can get at DeRosaGroup.com/market tool. You'll get the name of not only Bright Investor is on there, where you can see a lot of the demographic metrics that they offer on their website. But there are also some free websites that offer the same thing. Obviously, Bright Investor offers it to you on a consolidated basis. So please go to our free market analysis tool, DeRosaGroup.com/market tool. And it's a nice little quiz that you can do on there to really try to figure out if your market that you are targeting is an attractive market based on how it measures on a state level as well as on a national level. But we've been talking about it truly in the spirit of for multifamily investors. But in my mind, I have to think, right? Multifamily is not the only commercial real estate class out there. If I'm a self-storage investor, if I'm a mobile home park investor, can I lean on Bright Investor as well? I don't see why not.
Absolutely. We actually just added in the ability to see self-storage facilities and laundromats as well in Bright Investor.
I had no idea, people. I swear to God, I had no idea. Not a Tia. This is not an alley-oop. I know it seems like it's not an alley-oop. Yeah. I just took the ball and slammed it down the rim.
So you can actually see self-storage facilities, see which ones are out there, as well as stack all the different data types that we have. So you can check your population growth, your job growth, your median income, your median age, check local rents, check nearby franchises like Target, Starbucks, Walmart, things you want to invest around because they buoy the local market and the economy. You can check your crime. You can check all these things like path of progress, all with relation to if your asset's going to be multifamily, if it's going to be self-storage, even if it's going to be long-term or short-term rentals in the single-family space, you have the capacity to do all of that in the one platform and apply it to your specific criteria for your asset class.
That's outstanding, man. That's outstanding. You got to open up to them as well, right? Because a lot of folks in multifamily either make the transition to self-storage or they add self-storage to their portfolio because they see it as a very, very similar asset class to multifamily, just not dealing with tenants and toilets and so on and so forth, right? So you see a lot of parallels there between the two asset classes. Then I know you're saying that folks, they asked for they asked for you guys to go ahead and put up the building permits on Bright Investor site. You went ahead and you answered that call. What other requests are you getting from investors? What else would they like to see on Bright Investor? What is the future of Bright Investor holding for us over the next year or two?
Sure. So another call we recently answered was short-term rental data. So now in Bright Investor, you can actually track occupancy of different asset types. So if I want to see, show me a 2-bedroom condo in this zip code of Dallas, and I want to see how the occupancy has been trending for that property type, I can see exactly how many properties are operating at what type of occupancy. So I know what I'm getting into before I ever invest there.
Oh, that's sweet. Now, but you're saying now is it a short-term rental I'm looking at when you said 2-bedroom condo in Dallas?
Exactly. So it'd be a short-term rental off Airbnb, off Vrbo, and then we actually showcase actual live Airbnb and Vrbo listings on our platform. You can see what's for rent. You can see what they're charging per night. You can see what their bedrooms and their guests, what they can hold all in the Bright Investor, and then compare that with how occupancy is trending for that particular short-term rental type.
That's awesome. They're going to have this information, like you said, live at their fingertips. Donato, if you look at all of the features that you currently offer on Bright Investor, and I've been asked this question myself in regards to the different variables. You talk about population growth, job growth, and so on and so forth. Does Donato have a specific ranking list of which variables you kind of view a little bit more important as definition for an attractive city to invest than another? How would you go ahead and assemble your top 5?
Yeah, I actually my top 5 I abbreviated into the acronym RECAP.
Okay.
So okay. My market recap.
I like
so that's going to be rent, employment, crime, appreciation, population.
Real easy to remember. Real easy to remember. Rent, employment, crime, appreciation, and
population.
Population. Interesting. You have population ranked 5th.
Oh yeah, so I would say the recap is in there. The order of those things I would change around, but those are the top 5 things I'm looking at. I'm looking at those things.
Okay.
So, yeah, clarify. I know we don't give you a heart attack here.
All right. Because I would have put population ranked first. Wherever you have population ranked, you have it in your top 5.
Yes.
Okay. Yes.
So
I would. And C is one more time.
Crime.
Yes. I would have those in my top 5. I'd have those. One, if I could squeeze it, maybe if it's not top 5, it's top 6. I'm a big fan of job diversity in a city.
Yes.
I'm not crazy about a city being dominated by one particular economy. So economic diversification or industry diversification, if you will, right? I like to see many industries driving the economy in a particular city, not just, let's say, dominated by tourism and accommodations or hospitality and so on and so forth. Listen, folks are making money in those cities such as Vegas and Orlando. We get that. But just from our kind of risk reward perspective, we like to see a nice delineation, if you will, of different industries that drives an economy in a particular city.
Absolutely. And I tie that into my employment as well. So when I'm looking at markets, I need to see things like professional business services, IT, education, healthcare, government, and I'm not going to be buying somewhere that's dominated by only manufacturing or oil and gas, things of that nature. So you have a ton of tertiary and secondary markets in places like Texas that are dominated by oil and gas. And as soon as oil drops to $30 a barrel and half of your population leaves because the economic opportunities are no longer there, then no one's living in my apartment complex. Exactly. So we have to have that diversity of job employment in order to promote the ability for us to weather any changes or difficulties that happen in our residents, employers.
Absolutely. Listen, Donato, we are approaching the top of the hour. Was there anything else that you would like to leave with our audience members here? And thanks again so much for being with us here today.
Absolutely. I want to say thanks everyone for having me on. I appreciate it, Hervé. It's great to be on here again as well, talking market research. For those of us who are interested in what Bright Investor can do, come check us out at brightinvestor.com and sign up for one of our upcoming training sessions and introductory webinars on how we can help you find the best places to invest and avoid investing in war zones or markets that are going to be tanking. Happy to work with you, and we're going to help a lot of real estate investors just like yourself capitalize on what's coming and how to really succeed in this current market.
All right. Sounds like a plan. We see you. Thank you very much, my man. Thanks for going ahead and joining with us today. Donato, I'm always learning a wealth of information when I speak with you, and I've learned a little bit more today. So real helpful. Thank you, my man. Appreciate you.
Thank you so much for having me.
All right, man. Guys, have a great day and a great weekend. Be well.
Hey guys, Matt Faircloth here. Thank you for listening again to the Cash Flow Digest. I really appreciate you guys doing that. If you guys want to hear more about what DeRosa Group has to offer, go to DeRosa Group, DeRosa Group.com, DeRosaGroup.com online. You can hear about all the great things that we offer from an educational standpoint and passive investment standpoint on our website. See you there. And if you guys want to join our online community, DeRosa Insiders on Facebook, where you can watch this program get recorded every Friday at noon Eastern, and you can come on as even a guest or ask questions on the show. We hope to see you guys on our online community, DeRosa Insiders. See you there.